right, raise your right hand, man. Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony that you are about to give shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? So help you God.
Yes, sir.
Lower your hand. Go ahead.
Could you state your name out here for the record?
Becky Broussard.
Ms. Broussard, you've been around Jacoby and Ashley, who've been married. What are the dynamics of their relationship?
I know.
I'm going to object to the relevance of that, Judge.
Okay.
What her opinion about their relationship has no bearing on the sentence.
Okay.
What would you ask the judge today to do on this case?
Your Honor, I stand before you. Yes, I am the mother of Jacoby. Yes, he's made some mistakes along the way. The person that paper says is not the person that I raised or my mother helped me raise, and my father. Jacoby is a very hard worker. He's dedicated to helping people. I can go back to when my mother and father had to raise my nieces and nephews. Jacoby was in middle school. He was just a little boy. He had to help my mother and father because I didn't leave home till I was 27 years old. I had Jacoby early. So staying at home, Jacoby helped my mother and father with my nieces and nephews while my sister was out in the world. From changing diapers to making bottles, to helping out whenever he can, putting kids on the bus and getting them off the bus when he got off the bus. So Jacoby being the person that paper says he is now, that's not the person who I raised or my parents helped me raise. Jacoby, I looked at before he graduated, I was going through a divorce. Jacoby went on and took a job, 2 jobs, to help me put him through college. Jacoby did 3 years of college. He got his son's mother, they had their son. He had to drop out of college. He dropped out of college and took on truck driving. That's how he got truck driving. Jacoby worked after he graduated. Like I said, he had 2 jobs. He worked himself to help me put him through college and almost had a light heat stroke. At the time, I was taking care of my mother in my apartment in Beaumont. He had to help. He come home full of sweat. Fall. We called 911. They told me he had a light heat stroke. He stayed in the hospital a week. He got out, still helping me with my parent, my mother, that I was taking care of at the time in Beaumont. We're gonna fast forward, Judge, to when he had his incident in Houston. That was hurting. Yes, he knows the severity of what he done then and what happened with him and his wife now. At the time, his son's mother, high school sweetheart, cheated. All he knew was her. He took care of his kid, dropped out of college so he could pursue truck driving so he could help take care of his son. And that happened to him. That's strike number 1.
We're talking about the burglary of a
Yes, sir.
habitation
And
in Harris County in 12. Now, he was given a chance, right? He was placed on probation.
Yes, sir, he was given a chance.
Hold on, let me speak and then you can. She
Yes,
can't take she has to take everything down.
I'm sorry.
We speak over. See, when we speak over each other, she can't do it. And actually, the courts have said she's the most important person here because if they review these proceedings, they have the record. And if she can't make a record, then people get in trouble. And
Yes, sir.
it's not going to be me. But he was placed on probation in 2012 for burglary of a habitation. And then A year later, that was revoked and then he was sentenced to prison.
Yes, sir.
Okay, all right.
It was provoked because when he got out, his son's mother was sending him bus tickets to come down there so they could rekindle.
Wait, but it was revoked because he was required by oath to honor conditions of probation.
Yes, sir.
He did not
He
do
did
that.
not.
This is a solo, and then you'll get to talk. He did not. So he, number one, committed a crime that was given a second chance. Number two, he then failed to honor the requirements that the court had, and he was revoked and then sentenced to prison. That's that one. Question is, what did he fail to learn from that event where he was placed on probation? Because here we are, he's charged with burglary of a habitation and evading arrest and detention with a motor vehicle. You're supposed to learn lessons to better yourself and not commit the same crimes again, right?
Yes, sir.
So what happened in this?
Well,
I know I'm looking at the probable cause affidavit. I know what the facts are, but why? You touch the stove, you know it's hot. You don't touch that stove again. He is now embracing the hot stove. It's almost as though this is okay. Done this before. I've been punished, but I know I'm going to get punished again. So I'm going to grab the stove and hug it. Rhetorically, I'm speaking, but it's the same type of offense. Again, how do you explain that?
you know, Judge, we've all made mistakes along the way. And
I've never made felonies
no, I've never.
or misdemeanors that I'm aware of.
Absolutely.
But it's not that hard to follow the rules. Live honestly. Give each person respect.
You're absolutely right, sir.
Don't harm others. Those are the three basic components of all the law we have.
I understand.
He violated all three of those at least twice.
Well, sir, me being the mother,
I understand. I
that,
understand.
and I'm not
I know
gonna
my
ever
mother,
take up
I know my
for,
mother would,
I'm not gonna ever take
try
up
to
for
explain
Jacoby
it.
because I work in a position where I see offenders every day.
yes, ma'am.
So do you want your son to be there? No,
No.
but if
You
he,
want your friend to,
I want
make the
him to
right
live a
choices.
successful life, make the best choices,
Yes.
the correct choices. Well, I'm not gonna ever, he can explain, I don't ever take up for him. If I have to
well, he's
knock
an
him over the
adult.
head.
He's got to be responsible for his own.
Yes, sir, he does.
Just like all of us.
Yes, sir. So I stand here before you today, Judge. I understand the severity of what he has done in the past and now. And, I want the best for my son. He does love his kids. He takes care of his kids. He's not out, stealing, robbing, doing none of that. Hey, he
But-
goes to work every day.
What's the greatest gift you can give to your child?
Love.
A good example.
And me,
Role modeling. They're going to do just what you do.
and
So what do we say about the children, his children, when they start burglarizing homes or possessing drugs? Dad did it.
my dad learned.
What's wrong?
His mistakes.
I mean, how can the kids? Dad did it. I love Dad. He's my role model.
I understand that, Judge.
Those are, again, our life touches others, not just ours, touches others. And the
Yes.
father is going to be a direct influence to children.
Yes, sir.
So what I worry about.
Well, I feel the person that he is now, his kids, he's a role model to them. What they've never seen him do any drugs. All they know is dad goes to work early in the morning, Dad comes home and he takes some time with him. Same thing I do. Same thing my parents taught me. They taught him also because they helped me raise him. I worked 27 years for the state of Texas and still there. So I'm a firm believer of working, and Jacoby is too. Jacoby started working at 15 years old and has been working ever since.
So why does he keep making these mistakes? Is the question. With such a great.
If it was, I'm gonna put myself in his situation, Judge. And if it was me, love, I've been in love, been married. Have I done some things? Probably just hadn't got caught, Judge.
No, but hold on here. This is the facts here. Let's see. He kicks in the front door,
Mm-hmm.
grabs her, throws her to the ground, begins to strike her with a closed fist. They see injuries to her face and knee. Then, after he assaults Kevin, he flees the scene. Guilty men flee when no man pursueth, but the righteous stand bold as a lion. He fled. You know where that's found? Book of Proverbs, Old Testament. So you can't debate that.
No, sir.
And sure enough, they have to chase him until he's finally apprehended. Well, that's after he's been convicted 3 times. Possession, and one of those is evading arrest and detention. He's doing the same thing. It's like he didn't learn his lesson the first time. And then the burglary, placed on probation, revoked, and here we are. But I've been married 40 plus years. I've never struck sizes. Never. Never struck anybody, any person, female. I wouldn't even, it's just against the code of honor. I don't know how anybody even thinks to do that. And it's certainly not man.
You know, Judge, when you're put in a position where you love someone, huh?
Everybody, hold on. I'm gonna stop you right there. We got good times and bad times, all of this. And you have to rise and you don't strive.
You're absolutely right.
You just know that's us all.
You're absolutely.
Especially someone that you pledged love to. I can't understand that. That defies any logic. But here we are.
Yes.
And you're asking for me to give him another chance.
Yes, sir.
I understand. And it's noted, and I appreciate your service, by the way,
Yes, sir.
to the government. Thank you. Anything else?
No
That
further.
is, okay. Did you have any?
I have no questions.
All right, thank you, Matt. I think I understand where we are. Okay. Anything else? I think I may have given you the file docket. Since we now call.
He may be on the first page. I'm sorry, on somebody
Your
else's.
final ad. What's your final?
Let's do the first page. Since he's not on the second page, I'll go with the first
All right,
page.
Mr. Bryant. So that is you, sir. Okay. We now call cause number 23-41373, the state of Texas versus Elvis Joseph Bryant Jr., present with Mr. Smith. Bruce Smith, his attorney, and the state's attorney. Does the defendant waive a formal reading of the indictment and arraignment here? Can we proceed in summary?
Yes, sure.
In summary, this indictment alleges that on or about September 12th, 2021 in Jefferson County, Texas, you committed the 3rd-degree felony of injury to a child. You understand what you're charged with here, sir?
Yes, Your Honor.
Let me see if I can read this here.
So let's include the class A assault. So we're just taking out the child part.
All right, once again, you're charged with third-degree felony of injury to a child. An agreement has been reached between the parties that you would be pleading guilty to the Class A misdemeanor, lesser included assault, which carries with it up to 1 year in the county jail and or fine up to $4,000. Do you understand what the plan is
Yes, Your Honor.
and the punishment range that is applicable here?
Yes, Your Honor.
An agreement's been reached, you would be placed on deferred or unadjudicated probation, which can be up to 2 years in length. There would be terms and conditions of probation, which are normal and customary for this type of offense. Is that your understanding of the agreement?
Yes, Your Honor.
If I follow this agreement, you have no right of appeal of your case. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
How do you plead to this charge? Guilty or not guilty? The lesser included Class A misdemeanor?
Guilty.
Are you pleading guilty voluntarily and because you are guilty?
Yes, Your Honor.
I'm going to show you what's marked as State's Exhibit 1 that you need to sign. Yes. That's a better thing. Yes.
If I could do this without putting my hand on it.
Yeah, don't touch it. It'll start a. It will fire off a missile from NASA. Did you understand the contents?
Yes.
Sign that. Is
Yes.
everything true and correct in State's Exhibit 1?
Yes, Your Honor.
State's Exhibit 1 is tendered into evidence
No objection.
without objection admitted. Among other things, this states you are mentally competent to enter your guilty plea, which is freely and voluntarily made. You know what you've been charged with. The indictment's been read to you. You read it. You were guilty of the crime charged in any lesser included offenses such as this Class A misdemeanor of assault. You were giving up your rights to a jury trial and the rights to the appearance, cross-examination, and confrontation of witnesses. Totally satisfied with the representation provided by your lawyer. All true. It states, so help you God.
Yes, Your Honor.
States Exhibit 1 is part of the record for all purposes. Pre-sentence report is waived here.
Yes, Your Honor.
Hmm.
I'm making the following findings: that you are pleading guilty voluntarily. You are mentally competent to do so. You understand and appreciate the consequences of pleading guilty. There is sufficient evidence supporting your guilty plea to find you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt of this lesser included Class A misdemeanor of assault. I can find you guilty, but I'm going to follow this agreement and place you on deferred or unadjudicated probation for 2 years. There will be terms and conditions of probation, which are normal and customary for this type of offense. And there will be something concerning an anger management issue that needs to be followed, and a program that will be structured around that and other conditions. Make sure you follow them. If you fail, your probation can be revoked, found guilty, and sentenced up to 1 year in jail. Please see the probation officer. Thank you. Brent, and your name, sir?
Robbie Kelly, sir.
This is off the trial docket, Judge.
All right, we now call 25 CR 1313, the state of Texas versus Robbie Lee Kelly Jr. That is you,
Yes, sir.
present, but your attorney, Mr. Turpin, the state's attorney. Does the defendant waive a formal reading of this indictment and arraignment here? Can we proceed in summary?
Yes, Judge.
In summary, this indictment, sir, in 25 CR 13 alleges that on or about September 25th, 2024 in Jefferson County, Texas, you committed the state jail felony of burglary of a building. Do you understand what you were charged with?
Thank you, sir.
If convicted of a state jail felony, you face confinement in a state jail for any term of not less than 180 days or more than 2 years. In addition, a fine may be assessed not to exceed $10,000. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
An agreement has been reached in your case where you would be pleading guilty. Sentenced to 2 years in the state jail, that would be suspended. You would be placed on regular probation for 5 years. Restitution would be owed in the amount of $10,800 and other terms and conditions of probation, which are normal and customary for this type of offense. Is that your understanding of the plan?
Yes, sir.
If I follow this agreement, you have no right of appeal. You understand?
I do.
How do you plead to this, guilty or not guilty?
I'm guilty, sir.
Are you pleading guilty voluntarily and because you are guilty?
Yes, sir.
Show you what's marked as State's Exhibit 1 there. Did you sign that document voluntarily? Understand it, discuss it with your attorney, or the contents true and correct?
I did, sir. Yes.
State's Exhibit 1 is tendered intact
No objection.
without objection admitted. This states you are mentally competent to enter your guilty plea. It's freely and voluntarily made. You know what you've been charged with. The indictment's been read to you. You've read it. You are guilty of the crime charged and any lesser included offenses, and you are giving up your rights to a jury trial in regards to the appearance, confrontation, cross-examination of witnesses. You were totally satisfied with the representation provided by your lawyer. All of this is true. It states so help you God.
Yes, sir.
State's Exhibit 1 is made a part of the record for all purposes. Pre-sentence report is way.
Yes, sir.
I will find in the record that all of those statements the court has just made in regards to State's Exhibit 1 and its admission are applied as findings of the court in this case. That is enough to find you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt of this state jail felony of burglary of a building. I now find you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt of this crime. I am following this agreement. You are hereby sentenced to confinement in the state jail for a term of 2 years. And I make this finding beyond a reasonable doubt. That 2-year term will be suspended. You are placed on regular probation for 5 years. There will be terms and conditions of probation, which are normally customary for a burglary of a building as crime as in this case. You must pay restitution in the amount of $10,800. And this is going to go to the owner, William Spector, as the indictment alleges. I'm interested in what your plan is in getting him paid back as soon as possible.
Yes, sir.
What is it?
I'll make monthly payments, sir.
How much can you make per month?
I would say $250 a month at least. I'm on a salary base, so I'll be able to adjust it.
Is $250 what you can do?
Yes, sir.
All right, you'll be ordered to pay a minimum of $250 per month, which will be applied to restitution in this case to the victim. And anything else to add on this? And please see the probation officer.
Thank you.
Good luck.